Hey, I'm Virgo and this is Psychedelic Actualization. On this channel we talk about topics like self-realization, self-actualization and working with psychedelics to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. So if you're interested in any of these topics, subscribe to the channel. Really quick and short and concise video today about the importance and the power of resilience. As soon as I decided to maybe make this channel into a business and work on it, and also going out and deeper into psychedelic journeys and into my spiritual practice, I notice more and more the power of resilience. It's a crucial trait that I have found for myself that I want to implement and integrate more into my being. Really short, I'm reading Company of One at the moment. A definition: resilience is the capacity and fortitude to recover quickly from difficulties. The level of resilience a person exhibits determines their success in business far more than their level of education, training or expertise. And I would say not even the success in business, but also the success in relationships and even the success in your own self-realization and self-actualization, because inevitably we are gonna face challenges. Hard times are gonna come if you're really serious about developing yourself and going down this path of self-actualization. And having this trait of resilience is really powerful and necessary even to not completely go into mental breakdown. And trust me, I've been at these places where I'm like about to break down completely. Well, not as bad, but as deeper as I go, the more I kind of face these challenges. For example, I've been building my website and I'm not a technical guy at all, and everything, like all day long for a month or two, I've been facing challenge after challenge after challenge after challenge. Or even going deeper into psychedelic work, going deeper into my own minds. It's a deeper level of letting go. You don't resist, but it's a deeper level that still kind of is a form of resilience. Because you, even though you had a hard experience, you come out of it and you just keep moving forward with your life. And you hold your head up and you just keep going. Or I've been to this really weird ayahuasca retreat experience, and even though the whole experience was very horrible or sometimes even terrifying for myself, I'm not neglecting the work, but I'm still being resilient, keeping forward. And even when you're out traveling in nature, when you're having new experiences, you're meeting new people, sometimes it gets hard, and when you climb that mountain, it's really hard and you want to give up, but being resilient and keeping your head straight, moving forward is very rewarding in the end when you come to the top of that mountain. So yeah, how do you do that? How are you being resilient? Company of One, he writes, the first trait that resilient people have is an acceptance of reality. An acceptance of reality and of seeing things as they are and embracing them as they are. I found that's true, that's very important. You take 100% responsibility for yourself and your state of being and for your circumstances. Even though sometimes you're not fully responsible for them, you still take ownership of that thing that happened. For example, all my Google accounts have been hacked. And I'm really scared, I'm freaking out, I'm afraid of losing this YouTube channel, so maybe like check out the website, connect with me on Instagram so I can keep you updated if something like that happens again. But even though I wanted to blame the hacker for what happened, in the end it's my responsibility. In the end, some of my actions led to that outcome that all my Google accounts have been hacked, and seeing and accepting and embracing reality as it is a very important trait of a resilient person. Second, the second characteristic of resilient people is a sense of purpose, being motivated by a sense of meaning rather than just by money or other kind of lower consciousness desires. Having a sense of purpose and working towards something that is greater than your own selfish needs. For example, helping the planet heal, or helping awaken humanity, or whatever it is. Having that sense of purpose and greater vision helps you to face these challenges and be more resilient and develop that resilience in yourself. And the last trait of resilient people, in a company of one, in the relation to this book, is the ability to adapt when things change, because they invariably do. Things change, life is very flexible and fluent. Also psychedelic experiences or relationships or just everything changes all the time, and every moment there is a huge change, and to be able to adapt to that is very important. To be able to adapt your state of mind to the circumstances of your psychedelic experiences, to the circumstances of your business, of your entrepreneurial journey, or to the circumstances of your life. For example, if your wife or husband is getting sick or has a hard accident, you adapt to that and you don't fall into these thought loops of negativity, but you accept it as it is, see it from a greater perspective, and adapt to the situation. And you just keep going. That consistency, I think, is very important for you just keep going without kind of getting weak. But sometimes I know you're at that breaking point, and I get to that breaking point as well. And when you're at that breaking point of like almost breaking down because things are just too hard or too difficult, I think two things help. At least two things help me very much. It's one, don't push through. Sometimes it's good to keep going, pushing through, but step back and take care of yourself. Relax. Take a day in the spa. Just go out into nature. Do nothing. And just really relax and unwind for a short period of time to kind of recharge your batteries and recharge your ability to be resilient. So that is number one, taking care of yourself and relaxing. And number two is humor. See everything with a sense of humor. Because in the end, it's all a cosmic play. It's all actually very ridiculous. Even though sometimes we get so invested in our lives and into our perspective and into our state of being that we need to do this, we need to do that. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. And keeping that greater perspective of a little bit of playfulness, a little bit of humor, maybe even dark humor if it helps you, helps me at least a lot in those difficult and challenging situations. Even though sometimes everything goes wrong, sometimes it's so funny that everything goes so wrong in a day for myself that it's actually quite funny, and to have that lightheartedness and that humor about it is also very helpful. So I hope this helped. Think about it to really develop this trait and this characteristic of resilience in yourself. It's very helpful. It's even necessary if you go into business, for example, or even into deeper psychedelic journeys or relationships or traveling around. It's very nice to be conscious of that trait and to consciously develop and practice it. So yeah, if you're interested in connecting with me further, as I said, you can check out my website. You can follow me on Instagram, and I love you all very much, and I hope this helped. I'll see you in the next one. Blessings.